it is terribly lopsided. It has been somersaulted. I see educational system that is totally directionless, that is totally rudderless, that is totally compassless. That is what I've always seen in this country. I think we need to do something. All of us know about KSA, knowledge, skill, and attitude. Our university system is set up to provide knowledge to people. The skill is totally out of it. Of course, you have seen a professor of mechanical engineering. If his vehicle stops on the way, he calls those boys on the street to come and fix it for him. And there is this gap that we have failed to fill essentially. And I'm bothered. Of course, we have heard of professor of marketing that has never marketed anything before, except in handouts, which is essentially compulsory. Now, this is a serious situation, and we have to look into it. We are talking about policy. Where are the policies? Where is the education? The university system today is totally outdated. It's totally obsolete. It's not relevant to today's world. As soon as you leave the university system, what you have learned there has become outdated. And here you continue with it. And you are talking about the professor who is teaching people what he learned in 1980. I'm talking about the professor who what he learned in 1960s, still teaching people. A professor that is never computer literate. Those are the things that we see. And these are the things that we need to look at. I'm appealing to you, Mr. Folabi, go back and make sure that we have policy. Go back and make sure that you tell your bosses, these are the things that we are seeing. There is this terrible gap. There is lacuna. There is nothing that is going on in the educational system. There is no policy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think point rightly taken on board that we are all products of Nigeria as well, and we are Nigerians ourselves. So, and she summarized it already. It's really about a holistic educational reform. That's what it is. And I think earlier session when we spoke, when I said there are certain things that are clearly the remit, of the Federal Ministry of Education. So, and obviously other agencies. We've also seen examples of where they are doing their bit, but because the other contributing ministries or agencies of government are not coming together, even the little they do, you can't see the value or the benefit or the impact out there. So whilst education is not I'm specifically to see how to champion job creation and employment, but I think the lesson here and what we're trying to do, even in what our unit does, is that of coordination. Really looking to coordinate all the efforts, because like the first question we said to ourselves is job creation, not one single ministry starts and finishes job creation. So you must interrelate. Youth, Minister of Youth will interrelate to Minister of Labor and Minister of Education and Agri and all of that to ensure that we can have sustainable changes. So that's.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Do we need to wrap up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much to members of our panel. A round of applause for them. Right. So, earlier on, I mentioned that the Quramo Conference is a baby of Quramo Advisory and Quramo Publishing Limited. So now I'll invite Mosun Shashore, she's the Chief Executive Officer of Quramo Advisory, to wrap up this conference for us. Mosun is an experienced business strategy executive, life coach, and accredited management trainer. Holds an MBA from the University of Wales and currently voluntarily serves as a contributor and commission member for the Nigerian Economic Summit Group Policy Commission on Human Capital Development. Mosun Shashore.
Thank you very much, Angela. I must say, before I begin to wrap up, it's been a really engaging first half of the day. A lot of the things that I want to say during my wrap up have been said. I'm really pleased about that. So I'll make it quick. We've already overshot our time by at least an hour. I just want to start by saying that Nigeria has been our reference point all morning long, mostly. We started off talking about Africa, but I just want to bring the attention, of the audience back to the context of Africa. That's our focus at the Quramo Conferences, to generate discussions and thoughts around Pan-African ideas. And for that reason, I just wanted for us to look at a vision, the 50-year vision of Africa and the indicators of success. What are the key outcomes and how would that be reflected? And we've talked about some of these things, but I'll just whiz through it very quickly. Prosperity of our people will be one key indicator. And I'm also happy to note that, we started off with Mark and Harish talking about integration across the region. So I'm not going to belabor the advantages of integration, but in the next 30, 50 years' time, one of the key indicators of success in this region would be the degree of integration that we have in Africa, and also the dynamism of our economy. And at the heart of all this, we have people development, the extent to which we are able to harness our people skills across the region. I think that it's around the funding and the level of our funding of education as a percentage of GDP in this country. And clearly what you can see is that Nigeria lags behind its peers in the region. Yes, it's not all about money, but money is the key driver. And then obviously we've also said that we should lean towards vocational education, but it points to education regardless of whether it's classroom, formal education or vocational education. Nigeria is weak in terms of expenditure and as a percentage of total budget, and we don't even meet up with UNESCO's recommended level of 30% for developing countries to address and to take seriously. So just before I say thank you, on behalf of everybody at Quramo Advisory, I'd like to say that we're pleased to be content partners to Quramo Conferences on this particular edition. The way I like to describe the business is that we are a learning resource that offers a combination of strategy advisory services and management training services. And it's in the course of dealing with our clients, interacting with our clients, that we've found over the years that this people power is a compelling thing for us to focus on as a firm, and we're very happy to have the opportunity to be content partners on this. And thank you very much. That's the end of the wrap. Thank you.
And on behalf of the organizers of this year's Quramo Conference, that's Quramo Advisory and Quramo Publishing Limited, I'd like to say thank you all for your time coming here. I've learned a lot. If you have learned a lot, let's give a round of applause for our participants.